Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Forma Therapy. This is the Culture Study, and I'm the channel's video producer and your host. You can call me PD. And today we are checking out Don't Fight the Feeling by EXO. This is a special occasion because allegedly, I say allegedly because I've been scorned before. I've been hurt before by SM. Lay is back and participating in this comeback. I say allegedly because I still remember Tempo. He was in the music video for like 2 shots and didn't really. I don't even know to this day if he partook in this song I'm talking about. I know that there's another version of the song that might have Lay in it more, but I'm talking about like the actual title track. I don't legitimately believe like something is like an actual comeback with a missing member if they're not more incorporated into the music video, if there's not a concerted effort to put them in the music video and to give them actual a certain amount of lines for the song, right? I really view more like Tempo as a cameo, and I'm hoping this time around it's an improvement, but we'll see. Before we get into the video, of course, if you'd like to support the channel, you can visit our Patreon. We have bonus content over there, and it just helps keeps the lights on what we do here on this channel. Of course, if you cannot support us monetarily, or if you don't want to, that's also completely fine. Some free ways to help us out are to just subscribe. If you subscribe down below, hey, it would be wonderful. Now let's get into this video. This is Don't Fight the Feeling by EXO, and this is your form of therapy. All right, just as a disclaimer before we begin watching, as with SM videos, I cannot include the music and audio because the videos tend to get blocked, so we're not going to be including the audio. So if you would like to play the music along with my reaction, I'll be doing a countdown, all right? All right, here we go. Let me just make sure, all right, everything's good. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. All right. All right. Looks like a cosmic sort of sci-fi concept. Ooh. Oh, CG looks good. Mm. That is surprisingly a groove. I don't know what I was expecting, but this certainly wasn't it. I'm going to turn up the volume for myself. Ah, Schumann. I've missed him so much. All right, immediately I do notice that Lay is missing from the main dance lineup, but we'll wait. Oh, that was interesting. Were the backup dancers in slow-mo while he was moving in real time? We'll have to rewatch it. Ooh. Is that an actual part of the choreo? If it is, I like it. It's fun. It's creative. I'm getting a certain vibe slash feeling about this comeback. I feel like this isn't a... Oh. That transition was slick. Okay, I got to give it to them. Wait a minute, isn't Baekhyun in the military? What is this scene? Oh, that is flat. Ooh, that last scene was a little bit questionable. Hold on, there was actually 30 seconds more. Sorry about that. Oh, it's a credits sequence. Hold on, it says special album. Okay, so this might be confirming suspicion I was having about this music video. Okay, so something that I was realizing midway throughout the music video, was that this song doesn't sound like a title track, in terms of just the way that it's composed, the music video conceptually. SM goes harder than this on title track music videos, and um, mind you, this is a high budget music video compared to any other label. This is an expensive video, but by SM standards, this is actually pretty middle of the road. And I think it's because they're not considering this like a full fledged comeback. I don't know what kind of promotions they're going to detail into this, but I feel like this is sort of like a, I guess, special event, is a special comeback, but not a full comeback, is the best way to describe this. Since so many of the members were in the military, specifically Dio and Schumann, and with Baekhyun being gone now in the military, it looks like they probably pre-filmed this. And Lay hasn't been in an EXO comeback, I mean, in person in a while. So I feel like this was kind of like almost like a treat for EXO fans, kind of to tide them over until they prepare for an actual full-fledged comeback. Because I believe Schumann came back from the military either last year or sometime this year. I don't remember when Dio got out either, but maybe SM was like, we don't necessarily have the time to prepare for a full-fledged comeback, especially because usually with full-fledged comebacks, they plan that so ahead out in advance. And also considering the fact that Baekhyun probably had to deal with like his solo stuff and he was going off to the military. So they knew this was going to be it's going to be a comeback that they can't promote fully anyways. So I feel like this was more of a special comeback, as they say. So if it wasn't a special comeback, I would have absolutely been critical about parts of the music video, but I actually think it's fine because of that. The song itself, this comes with a big asterisk. I really, really, really like it. But it's an 8 out of 10. I really, really like it, but it's more like just a general pop song. It's a really, really good dance song, and it's really fun. It's really addicting. I love it. It's really, really fun to listen to. But again, just I went into this thinking and hoping for and wanting an EXO comeback. I'm talking about something that is stylized. I mean, think about the past few EXO comebacks we've gotten with Tempo, Love Shot, Obsession. This is not to that standard, and it's not meant to be. So that's why, originally I was like, this isn't like, I like the song, but this isn't quite what I was expecting. But that's why it's not necessarily a negative thing, because this is actually more of a special thing, like in the way that like the EXO releases their winter albums, right? Like how Universe, still one of my favorite ballads, wasn't necessarily like a full comeback, but it was meant to be like a special treat to fans. I'm not quite sure what EXO-L's relationship with SM is. I do think SM more than any other company, releases really good quality content for EXO in terms of like special albums, special winter albums, like stuff like that. But I know like every fandom has issues with their group's label, so I don't know if SM treats EXO well in that regard. In regards to Lay making his return, making his comeback, I understand on several levels that he was never going to return in full, which is what people were saying. I was doing a live stream. People were like, "Did you hear Lay's back with an EXO comeback?" And I was like, "Really? Is he though?" Yeah, they're like, "Yeah, teaser photos are out," and I'm like, "The teaser photos were out for Tempo as well." They're like, "No, it's real this time." I'm like, "Is he in the group photos?" And they're like, "Well, he's not in the group photos." Then I'm like, "It's not a full comeback." And there are several, issues, not only with the China thing, but just with COVID in general. I mean, it would be hard to coordinate that back and forth. I heard that they did shoot his stuff in China. They shot it remotely, and it shows. It shows. The green screen, the chroma key quality isn't the best, and I will say by SM standards that did fall pretty short. If we go ahead and take a look at the final scene, where they incorporate where they incorporate Lay. Yeah, I mean, just it's not even the same color tone. I mean, it's flat. They're not really able to they're not really able to edit him in seamlessly. I feel like the issue here, because even by SM standards, I'm like, wow, this is actually a pretty cheap scene. Why was it filmed like this? And I think I don't know. I honestly don't know. Well, I do know. I think it's primarily for the reason because it's not a full-fledged comeback. Companies don't make money on music videos. So they're not going to get a return on investment if they spend a lot of money, trying to make the chroma key look, 100%. But at the same time, we saw some pretty crazy CG in this video. So I don't understand why necessarily they didn't make an effort to make it look good. It might be what I suspect might be an issue, might be that it might not have been SM's team, or it might have been an outside contractor that shot Lay stuff, and they shot it poorly, or it might have been shot last minute, and they rushed it, so they didn't have a chance to make it look good. And because of that, they had to then shoot EXO's, EXO Prime, I'm going to call them, the ones based in Korea right now. They had to shoot theirs at the same quality. Like, you guys can obviously see a clear dip in quality during the scene, right? Even from the rest of the music video. And you have to imagine, like, what? That's so random. Like, just a sudden dip in quality. And I think it's because they had to work around Lay. Now, ordinarily, I would rip into a company for doing something like this, just not putting in as much effort, not putting in any kind of decent effort to make it look good. But you can see throughout the music video is actually shot really well. It is high quality. It is high budget for a music video that's not intended to be like a full group comeback. It's still really, really good. And because of that, you're not going to commit as much resources into the music video, so they only had a certain amount of budget. So they were like, okay, one scene is going to look bad, but the rest of the music video is going to look good, was kind of the approach to here. And so I have no qualms with that. I have no issues with that. And ultimately, they still made the effort to put Lay into it. I think after Tempo, even just putting Lay in like this is actually a pretty big deal. And it's a pretty big sign of faith that it might be possible that Lay might participate in a full group Korean comeback someday. It might be possible. Right now, Chinese politics aside, we have COVID looming over us, and I don't think, like, even if a chance was possible, I don't think Lay participating in a full Korean comeback is going to be possible or easy until 2022 or 23. But SM doing this, I think, buys a lot of faith from me. I can't speak for EXO fans. Obviously, I am just more casually a fan of EXO, just really about the music. And so EXO fans can correct me in the comments if you'd like. But I feel like this buys some good faith from me. I don't know if it's just a PR move. You guys can let me know. But all I'm saying is Lay could have left a long time ago at this point. They could have just left a long time ago. I don't know if they've reached their 7-year mark to re-up their contracts or exit their contracts. They might. Yeah, they might have. Let me just check real quick when EXO debuted. EXO debuted in 2011. It has been way past their 7 years. No, sorry. They debuted in 2012. They were active starting in 2011. So if they debuted in, wow, it's been 9 years? It's going to be 10 years next year. That's insane. So Lay could have left. He could have left, but he's still sticking with SM. And he honestly could have just been a diva, and if he had no intention of returning with the group in full, he could have just said no to this. And if SM didn't even want to bother with Lay, they could have not even needed to do this. The fact that SM did this, the fact that Lay still hasn't left yet and Lay participated in this, tells me on both sides that Lay is still in it, and it's very, very possible that we might get a full group comeback someday. So yeah, buys a lot of faith for me. Like I said, in terms of a song, it's pretty simple. There's really not much to talk about it for me personally. I will say parts that do stick out to me would be, I did not realize how much I missed Dio and Schumann's voice. I will admit I'm very late to the Dio appreciation game. I really didn't appreciate his vocals. Kind of like that old saying of you don't really know what you're missing until it's gone. And I was I think it was either this year or last year, I was watching some older EXO performances and listening to some older EXO songs, White Noise, El Dorado, that kind of stuff. And I hear a clear difference in their vocals and songs. And like, as much as I love Chen and Baekhyun, I realized, oh wow, like, because back when I did listen to EXO before, I didn't even know most of the members' names, right? So, I kind of really only knew Chen and Baekhyun for the vocal stuff, and I didn't know how to, I guess, tell the difference between DL's voice and the others, but now it's so clear, and I realize, oh wow, this has what's been missing in some EXO stuff. And so as much as I like Don't Fight the Feeling, it is more of a dance pop song, and so I'm really hoping that some of the B-sides on this album will kind of like showcase Dio's voice, like his vocal prowess, a lot more. But like, that was like a very, like, the moment this song started, I was like, oh wow, that's a very different vibe already. And Schumann as well. I was listening to a lot of CBX while he was gone, and it made me re-obsessed with Blooming Day and Hey Mama, and I don't think I ever gave Hey Mama the love it deserved when it first came out. But I'm glad to see them back. So overall, it's weird. It's murky. Like, I don't love this music video. I really don't. It's just, music video's fine, and that's great. But like, my rating for it is still high because I understand why the music video is not great. And at the same time, the song, even though it's not at the quality of a title track, one might consider it just like a really, really great, fun dance B-side. Like, if this was just a B-side I was listening to on the album, I'd be like, oh, this is good. This is 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's where I fall on the spectrum with this. Yeah, that's about it. Sorry about the kind of lackluster reaction review, guys. I didn't realize this was not going to be like a full on comeback. I didn't realize this was going to be just more of a special treat for fans, but I still really enjoyed it. Now the question is, what do you guys feel about both the song and the music video? Like I said, I don't think the music video has any problems. I think the music video just had a smaller budget than most title tracks, most title track music videos do for EXO. I think on a music video scale in general, the budget was still fairly high, just because it is SM. And most of the music video did look good. But how do you guys feel about them incorporating Lay, giving him a prominent appearance in the video and a line, some lines? I personally thought it bought some good faith from me. And I do feel like there is hope that we can get an EXO comeback in the future. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to read your guys' comments. Also, if you want to support the channel, remember you can visit our Patreon. That's the best way to support our channel. Of course, if you don't want to use money, that's fine. Free ways to help us out. Leave a comment, hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe over here. Check out our other videos over here. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.